Hey everybody, welcome back to Guns and Gadgets, the premier source for Second Amendment news, and today we're going to talk about privatized gun control. And I want to bring it to your attention because I'm seeing more and more bills submitted that are very similar to what we're talking about right now. And it's very, very concerning because I see this as something the Democrats and the anti-gunners right now are grabbing onto and running with it. So it's not really news to us, those who have been paying attention to things that happen every political cycle or things that have happened during this pandemic. But violent crime is on the rise in all of the major Democrat-controlled cities. For instance, Los Angeles, their violent gun crime is at a 15-year high. And this all started during the burn it down phase leading up to the elections and the subsequent pandemic, where people are just basically they're committing more crimes, and also the defunding the police movement has a lot to do with this as well. That's all politics. It's not about what this video is. But my video today is about what has come out of this and how the gun controllers are loving this. So pressure is mounting on our legislators, and of course, they'll never say it was our decision, our bill, our policy that drove this. They'll never say that. What they do is constantly, they'll refocus their attack on the inanimate object that has nothing to do with this, and the gun. They're going after the firearm again and again and again. That's what this whole channel is about. Please subscribe if you want to stay in the know. I would appreciate that. And this isn't going to change. And we're going to talk about a huge loss for the Second Amendment in this category, privatized gun control, and a huge win that happened the other day too. But you need to pay attention to this going forward. So I mentioned they never say that they're wrong. They never go after the people who make these crime numbers spike. They never go after the criminal, right? Go easy on them because that's the voter base. But what they're looking to do is to charge you and me, the people who follow the law, who will only react when provoked or backed into a corner or threatened with our lives. That is when we will utilize our Second Amendment right for what it is intended for. We're not the ones out there robbing people on the corner and shooting people or carjacking folks, yet they want us to pay for all of the costs incurred at all the different levels by these crimes that are perpetrated. Case in point, the San Jose City Council, we've covered it here on the channel, videos floating above. They impose the first of its kind in the nation, which is never good when you hear that when it's related to guns, especially gun control. I mean, it'd be great if it was the first of its kind in the nation as far as pro-gun, but you never hear that. First of its kind in the nation, in San Jose, they have implemented a gun tax, $25 per firearm owned, and you have to have liability insurance. Now, they don't know how much that's going to cost or which third party is going to run that yet, but you will need to pay up. Now, that's going to be a passive enforcement type deal where police, if they know you have a firearm, they're going to say, do you have your insurance? And you're going to have to somehow prove that, otherwise you can get fined. But that's the privatization of gun control. They know they can't get it done legislatively, so they're going to try to do everything they can administratively. And now they're having third-party insurance companies regulating our right to keep and bear arms. That, guys and gals, I hope you understand how dangerous this is. Now, I'll come right out and say that the ordinance in San Jose is being challenged in court, and I believe if it makes it as far as the Supreme Court, it will never pass a constitutional challenge, ever. It's a poll tax. However, the gun controllers love this, and they have already said that they want this to be the model for other communities and other states going forward. And there are states that have submitted similar bills to the same thing that passed in San Jose. So again, just a quick recap. They want to allow private companies, private insurance agents, private insurance companies to regulate our civil rights given to us by our Creator, unalienable. They cannot take them from us, recognized and enshrined in the United States Constitution and the Bill of Rights. They think that some insurance company can take that from us? No. But what we have seen is a huge increase in the overstepping of their grounds as far as government. Government's been trying to take things from us based off of fear, intimidation, health concerns, And this is going to stop. Now, before I tell you about the win, we already talked about the loss in San Jose, and that's going to be challenged. And I do see that being overturned, but how long will that take? I want to say, look, if there is that big of a burden money-wise on the system from, response, investigation, treatment at hospitals, backlogging in the courts, I understand all that. But if that is that big of a deal where they need to generate some money to offset that, here's a novel idea, and I don't know why nobody's thought about this yet. How about the court impose a fee on the people who did this stuff? If you have the person who's charged with, murdering 4 people or carjacking folks, how about he pays for all, or she, they pay for all of the costs incurred in, cleaning up, investigating, whatever, treating the crime and or the injuries they've inflicted on others. How about that? How about them apples? But actually, let me hear what you think down below about that idea. If you're responsible for something, maybe you should pay for it. But let's go down and talk about a win right now. A win was also in California. California had a statewide bill, and that was AB 1223, and that would impose a $25 tax on every gun that anybody owned in the state and an undetermined tax on every box of ammunition. Now, it's important to note that government, they just love taking money. Like, our forefathers fought over 2 pennies on tea. 2 pennies on tea. On firearms and ammunition, there's already an 11% excise tax on every single item that we buy that's considered a sporting firearm or ammunition. And that's called the Pittman-Robertson tax. Then you take into account, as long as it applies in each state, you're charged sales tax on those exact same items. So you're taxed twice already. And they want you to pay to play again because it's just a legislative theft. It's a cash grab where they want to make it harder for people to own a firearm lawfully and legally. That way, it's easier for them to gain control. Now, another quick note that people should know but need to know if they don't is that a vast majority of these crime guns are stolen or acquired on the black market. They're not the good guys and gals like us going around perpetrating these crimes. So the good news is that on Monday afternoon, this bill in California, the statewide bill, is dead. It was killed, and I want to thank my friends over at Gun Owners of California. Sam Peretti's had some really good comments about this too, but it's not gone. They will try it again. Like I said, this session, you're going to see it in some states, pre-filed bills. I already know it's pre-filed here in Massachusetts, and it's going to be pre-filed in every anti-gun state. It's going to. So you have to stay aware, you have to stay in the know, and you have to get on your legislators and let them know that this is not going to happen. It's time to call these clowns out. They work for us. They're just regular people. You shouldn't be intimidated to talk to them. But if you live in a red flag state, be careful how you address them, seriously. But their gig is up, guys and gals. We the people hold much more power than we understand. And it's actually much easier than most people think to get involved in this process. And I have videos on it, how easy it is to contact your legislator. I'll try to remember to link it. It's an old video, but the information is still solid. So we have a win and a loss in California. Privatized gun control is a thing for the gun controllers in the future. And they just got their first victory, their first test case. And now they're trying to make it a proving ground in that San Jose. So I will keep you up to date on what's going on in the San Jose case as it pushes its way through litigation. If you want to stay in the know, please subscribe to Guns and Gadgets. This is where you'll get Second Amendment news, good, bad, ugly, or indifferent on a daily basis. YouTube has been kind enough to let my subscriber rate start moving again. It's been about a year and a month since that was allowed to happen. So check your subscriptions. It would help the channel. I have had a goal for a while. I want to hit that 500,000 mark, and I think we can actually do it now. They're letting the numbers move. So check your subscription rate. If you're not a subscriber, please do, because there's a large percentage of people who don't. Thank you for your support. I can't do this without you. A big tip of the hat to my patrons who make all this equipment possible, and without you, this doesn't happen. So thank you again from the bottom of my heart. Until we see each other again, be safe, stay vigilant, carry a gun to keep you, your friends, your family, your community safe. A gun on your hip is more effective than a cop or a dispatcher on the phone. Take care, everybody. I'll see you on the next one.